Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing some Waddle, and you saw my first shop there. Really good start. We start with a pair of mice in the shop, literally the ideal Waddle start here, and personally my favorite level 4 treasure, maybe my favorite treasure overall, forking rod. So starting the game off with a forking rod on 2.1 is phenomenal, and I'm very happy to do that here. And then we get Wizard's Familiar there in the shop with a shard and a good character, so we did lock that, of course, and we get a second familiar in the shop with it. So I mean, we're gonna go for the stats over the triple here. Like, we could have taken the level 2 treasure and maybe just skipped and then bought and sharded and had the golden familiar earlier, which may have been right, but I mean, if we get a level 2 treasure that we want, then maybe that gets a little bit awkward. But also we turned it into a cat, which also had a pair in the shop. So we're gonna get to buy two upgraded animals here. We're down on characters a little bit here, but yeah, we have a full 3 treasures on 3.0 here. Just living the Waddle dream. Unfortunately, like, I mean, Crown of Atlas is of course the best treasure there, but because we had the Witch's Brew in the shop, we went for the Shepherd Sling just so we could actually cast our spell. So little unfortunate we had to take a suboptimal treasure, but I mean, it's definitely worth it to get that forking rod value on this golden familiar. Speaking of familiar, we're going to take another one, and also a spell weaver. So we are very well set up with this forking rod right now. And that lock chest, like, I mean, if it pops out a ball, we're flying. There's a very large horde dragon here. That crafty is quite big, but fortunately for us, the attacks go well enough that we get our full value out of our ranged character there and win the fight. There's another mouse there. We go for the Mix-a-Wizzle on the Black Cat, which turns into a golden friendly spirit, adding a ton of power to our board. We could have taken that mouse, but we decided against it there, which may have been incorrect, to be honest, in hindsight. But yeah, we roll down. We find a 4/4 doubly with a Luna's Grace in the shop, and I mean, it's just so many stats. We're gonna throw that onto the board and just use it as tempo here. Opponent has a couple donkeys, but unfortunately for them, we are extremely large here and make very short work of that board. And our lock chest pops, and there it is. There's that crystal ball. So we got fork ball. We got a second familiar as well. So and also we have 3/4s in the shop. So we're gonna take this noble steed. So we're gonna fork this masquerade ball, and basically we're hoping for Hercules. If we can get a Hercules into like a level 7 treasure, then that would be phenomenal. Unfortunately, the first masquerade ball we did get to see briefly that it passed over a lance, which we would also very much like to have. There's a green knight though. We don't get the Herc, but we're gonna sell down for this green knight. And I kind of make a mistake here keeping the doubly. I was thinking because I have the fork ball, like maybe we can make use of doubly, but I think keeping the bigger golden character would have been just better since we're playing down. We go for the green knight here and just put them behind the familiars. Like, the familiars are going to make way better use of the toughness than the doubly. Like, doubly would of course get plus 20 from it, but also like a 2/22 doesn't really do much. So even through the Medusa scam on one of our golden familiars there, we do end up winning that fight because we get to keep our bigger familiar. Even playing down, we're still kind of dominating combats here, which, I mean, is it to be expected when you get this fortunate with our treasures as well as our characters. There's a monster book, which we are happily going to pick up here. Consider the reckless wager, because I feel like we are going to win this next combat, but we kind of want to hit a targeted spell if we can. There's a second familiar, so no targeted spell this turn, but we do get to buy a second familiar and also fork this fireball. We're going to lock this other monster book. I'm not sure about this other masquerade ball. Like, it's a bunch of 3s, but like seeing an Aeon would be really nice if we could hit that, but also it's pretty early in the turn, so I mean, I can kind of want to cast some targeted spells. So yeah, we're definitely taking the monster book, and I think we're just going to pass on this masquerade ball here. And again, we're going to try and hit a targeted spell or 2. We're going to 5 next turn anyways, so we just want to put as many stats onto these familiars and spellweavers as we can. And there's our spellweaver triple. Unfortunately, no hat, so we don't quite hit the dream hat fork ball immediately. We get a Beauty's Influence there to put a bunch of toughness onto our spellweaver, as well as a candy cannon, just to cast 4 spells this turn. I mean, we cast a total of 6 spells, so we put +12 +12 on our familiars this turn, which is fantastic. We're definitely scaling here. And the stats from this Green Knight, of course, doing some pretty good work, keeping our familiars alive and able to value trade with multiple characters. Yeah, we don't have a royal for this Queen's Grace, unfortunately. I think we just need to roll down for Aeon. Let me start our roll now. There's a Beauty's Influence. We definitely don't really want to put stats onto, or like toughness onto our monster book though, so we just decided not to do that. There's a Feed the Kraken, which we jam onto the doubly there, since we're not really making use of that anyways. And I mean, let's give us a bunch of rolls to try and hit Aeon or things like that, and we do find the Aeon. Yeah, there's no really good TLK target there. I tried to sell the chicken for something from that shop at the last second there, but I was just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Fortunately, there's enough toughness on this Aeon already to have it survive that attack. So, and we also do get an Aeon Slay even in slot 2 there, which is very fortunate. Most times in that spot, you're not going to get the Aeon Slay. But yeah, we managed to get there, and the Toil and Trouble that we cast at the last second there did end up being very good. We took the Cinderella because I mean it's going to be a level 3 treasure thanks to the Noble Steed. We don't really have any good TLK targets, but I feel like we need to cast it, so we just go like re-roll the Green Knight, and then that we get another Blaze of Glory there for our Aeon, finishing our Cindy quest, getting us a level 3 treasure and its hat. So we're just out of the Noble Steed. As much as we would like to hold on to it to maybe find Black Prism off of a Herc, I mean, I just don't think we can pass it up there. We buy the Minotaur there, so we can feed the Kraken, and then we can also buy the chicken and bank it for now, since we're running out of time. So just holding on to gold is good. We managed to get the lock there with the Feed the Kraken in the shop, so that's great. We get a huge slay against this copybook player here. Yeah, taking out their copycat in front of the 2 books keeps them from getting any amount of scam onto us. I mean, on level 5, I don't know that they can scam with spells on our board. Like, they don't have access to Pigomorphs, so even if they do get that copycat attack, I think all our stats here would probably have been enough anyways. All right, trying to decide what to TLK, and we eventually decide to just start TLKing one of the familiars. It's got a pretty decent amount of stats there, and we turn it into a very large Lady of the Lake, which we're pretty happy to play. It's also a mage, so it's going to continue scaling with this Aeon. And also it gives us another large range threat for the back line. Ooh, we find the Scion there, and that's always something you want to see is early on level 6, of course, in this particular comp. We get another upgraded Wizard's Familiar there. We cast the Reckless Wager, and we're just gonna lock the Feed the Kraken and the Scion there. So getting a second Scion is phenomenal here. And with the Feed the Kraken and the baby dragon in the shop, we're going to be able to generate a bunch of econ as well. And yeah, we make very short work of that combat. We're currently at 47. The rest of the lobby looks like they're on the brink of death, so feeling pretty good about our spot here. So yeah, we're gonna buy the Scion. We're gonna buy the 2. And then we're going to feed the Kraken onto it, and then we get a Drink Me potion out of that, so that's going to allow us to continue casting spells. With 14 gold, I think we're just going to fire off this 9 gold Knighthood, and yeah, we're just going to Knighthood one of these Scions, and it's going to get very large, like double its stats, and then gets obviously like the scaling is bigger now, but yeah, that's such a huge infusion of stats for 9 gold. We got to take it there. There's another Aeon in the shop, but not enough gold for us to pick it up. There's another Knighthood, which we are gonna lock here, and then we're gonna cast what spells we can. We just went for the unlock and then lock, so we could get the Drink Me potion locked as well. Looks like opponent is also trying to be mages, but not doing as good a job as us here, unfortunately for them. Looks like they were set up for Slay as well, but couldn't quite get there. Alright, we just jam the Knighthood on the other Scion, again doubling its stats, and then we go for a Drink Me Potion. It's going to give us a ton of spells to cast here. Not as many spells as I would have liked, but we did cast some. Okay, we got the we TLK'd one of the good boys into one of the familiars into a River Wish, and then we TLK'd again into a good boy here with a ton of stats. So 245, 177 golden good boy. Then we're gonna go for the hero change. We were hoping for Trophy Hunter. We missed it on the first one, but we do hit it on the second one. I took Mask as the first one just to get another hero change, just in case. But it's not gonna matter here. We get the attack with the first good boy. We slay with the second good boy, and we have just an absolutely absurd amount of stats and finish our absolute destruction of this lobby. And yeah, there we go. What an end board. We managed to get Beauty's influences onto both of our Spellweavers, and I mean the Scions are big enough to just stand on their own, of course. And yeah, with the Trophy Hunter, these almost unkillable good boys, which might not be that great if they never die on a normal board, are just absolutely devastating here. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very, very much appreciate it. As always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.